Hey, how are ya? Today we're in my kitchen and I'm so excited to share with you probably my favorite recipe ever. Cottage cheese pancakes. Okay? May sound a little gross, maybe, if you don't like cottage cheese, which, you know, there's quite a few of you that might not, but don't let that turn you off. This is absolutely amazing. Don't tell your kids it's cottage cheese pancakes, just say they're pancakes. You cannot tell the difference. They're so healthy for you. I'm going to show you how to make it, and then at the end of the video I'm going to show you some variations on how to make these pancakes, and the combinations and variations are endless. You will not get bored of this. It's so healthy, and of course the nutritional breakdown will all be there for you. So let me just take a second now and show you what we got here. Okay, so this is what you're going to need. Eggs, egg whites, or just use eggs and separate them. You're going to need some cottage cheese, some measuring cups, and some oatmeal. You've got your magic bullet over there, which you can use, or any blender will work just fine. And that is it. That's the bare essentials. But like I said, I'm going to show you a lot of variations after we get the basics done. Okay, watch how quick and easy this is. First, we're going to start off with the egg whites, because you want to put a little liquid at the bottom so that the oatmeal doesn't get stuck. That's my technique. So what we're going to be doing is putting in 1/4 cup of egg whites, which is the rough equivalent of 2 egg whites. Done. Now we're going to be putting in a 1/2 cup of cottage cheese. And I got to tell you, make sure you blend this. The first time I did this, I didn't blend it, I just sort of whisked it together. It's gross. It doesn't turn into a batter, you see. You're going to have pancakes with the little curds in there, and it's just not right. Okay, now I like to use a separate scooper for my oatmeal. Just, you know, keep the cottage cheese out of there. And you're going to be using a 1/2 cup oatmeal, just raw, just like this. Done. Sprinkle that in. Try not to make a mess like I did. Okay, done and done. Oh, one more thing. 1 whole egg. That's perfect. Now that's going to create your perfect meal. Your macronutrient numbers might have to be slightly adjusted, but for the most part, you can eat this whole thing as a perfect meal. So that's it. You're going to take it here, you're going to blend it. Shake there. There we go. Done. Now, I've got a pan back here. I'm going to light the spray. Okay. And I'm going to pour this into probably 2 small pancakes. There's the one. Okay, you see? Looks just like a regular pancake. Okay. And we're just gonna cook that till you gotta let it set for a while. Don't try to flip it too soon. Make sure you can get your spatula underneath there, your flipper. And then we're going to show you what it looks like when it's done. Ta-da! Look at that. Golden brown. Perfect. That's your meal. That's going to give you about 30 grams of slow-release complex carbohydrates, 30 grams of protein, and 5 grams of healthy fat from the yolk. Now, how I like to finish it off is with a little bit of shredded coconut, and a little bit of sugar-free, artificially sweetened. I know, maybe not as healthy as going with just a little bit of regular syrup, which is fine, but this will be better for fat loss. Okay, just a little bit like that, and then I dust it with some cinnamon. You see, now we're getting into the endless possibilities and variations of this delicious recipe, and I'm going to do my best to give you as many of those variations as I can right now. Cottage cheese pancake variations. Now, you can use cottage cheese or you can use Greek yogurt. Both will work just fine. You can use oatmeal, or sometimes we like to use spelt flour, so you can mix those up. Other than that, that's your base. You've got your eggs, they stay constant. You got the two egg whites, and one whole egg. Okay? Now, that's going to stay with your half cup here and half cup here. That's the math right there. You can just triple that, do whatever you need to make a larger amount for your family. These are all the additions. This is not a complete list. If you have more ideas, send them in. This will get you started. You can use a tablespoon of applesauce and maybe some actual apple bits in there. You can use pumpkin puree, raspberries, blueberries, raisins, cinnamon, just, for taste. We got almonds. So I'm going to go over on this side here. Cashews, walnuts, shredded coconut. It's one of my favorites. Or you can put some carrot in there. Carrot with a little bit of nutmeg. Almost like a carrot cake pancake. You can put in some butterscotch chips. Now remember, whatever you're putting in here is changing the nutritional content. So you're adding a little bit of butterscotch chips, you're adding a little bit of calorie and some sugar in there. So go light, tread lightly with that. Same with the chocolate chips. You got peaches, banana, apples like I already said. Maybe a little bit of cheese. Maybe some low-fat cheddar cheese. That's actually good once in a while. You can put some ginger in, same thing with the cinnamon, season everything up. Christmas time. Do you like eggnog? I do. I love eggnog. People usually love it or hate it. Try some eggnog pancakes. You can throw some peanut butter in there, throw some pears, what else? Strawberries, I could go on. This should keep you going for a while with this cottage cheese pancake recipe. There's so many variations, you won't get sick of it.